felt it before. I felt it in the semifinals of the major, actually in the Boston major as well against these two people. So back then when they were avant-garde, you know, so it was everybody can just deliver when they need to.
Well, we'll see if they can deliver. Your casters will be Moses and Sadikis to take you through the action when we come back.
Don't worry about that. We're not going anywhere at all. We're going to get right into the game. It's live. Virtus Pro NIP upper bracket semifinal. I got to say, I'm pumped to see. We haven't seen Virtus Pro. They've obviously only just played one series against Copenhagen Flames. But just the word on the street, I'm not going to throw anyone under the bus. There's a lot of excitement amongst the talent crew of this Virtus Pro roster, and a lot of people you're starting to hear whispers of people saying, "Wow,
they're going to win the whole event.
Actually, go all the way."
They're a dark horse in this, and they always, you go back to their time before they were even in this organization. Plopsky takes out James. That's a good start with a Deagle down to the connector stairway. Yeah, you go back to even the Berlin major, and this was always a dark horse team that made a run to a final. The core of this team joining into VP. They are that team. They can absolutely upset anyone on any day, and coming into the challenge, or rather out of the challengers with the undefeated streak they had at that event. Yeah, I don't doubt it. Now, interestingly, Yakinder has been removed by Hampus. He, with 3 aces in a single series, you pointed out, only had 35 kills in that time. So 15 of his kills,
almost half of them with aces,
were 3 rounds. It's ridiculous. And NIP, what a turn of events for them yesterday after seeing what they were doing in the play, and they did not look promising at all. They've got the advantage in this round. Bomb to go down on top of the truck as Flit fires, but has to fall off the stairs. Inside, he's isolated by a Molotov. Buster is segregated and left alone, 1-on-2. Bomb planted. He has armor, but no kit to work with, and there isn't any on the deck. He's got to go the fast way, the hard way, and fight forward with a USP. Shots raining out. He's got to be careful with his ammunition. 8 shots to go. He's going to work it onto Esatag first and tries to isolate him. He continues to shoulder check to bait those shots, but he's had enough of that, and Buster goes for Hampus instead. A little bit slow to react was Esatag, but he will drop down and get the shots with the Glock.
Yeah, you could see it as well, being really cognizant, Buster, with the remaining ammunition of that USP. He was going slow taps, trying to hit the head on Esatag. Good 2-on-1 win for NIP. Poor Flit. He did not want to commit there. He didn't want to be that aggressive, but once he sees the Molotov flying right at him, he realizes he's going to be fighting in flames, so he had to step forward, and that's really unfortunate. Messes with how he wanted to take that, I think. Pissed around for the Ninjas. 1-0.
T-sided pistol as well, and look, I'm not going to harp on the same storyline because yesterday it looked much better, but that is good momentum for them to have a similar performance.
Yeah, you'd hope so too. I mean, this is their map pick, remember. You'd hope they have a good game plan that's going to net some of these offensive rounds.
I think Assad touched on it brilliantly on the desk as well. I mean, they took this map off Gambit, and this has been one of Gambit's strong points. So obviously that was confidence-inducing if they didn't have it before. Yeah. Right? So they're going to be comfortable here. That said, Virtus Pro, this is not unfamiliar. I mean, we see them play this map very frequently.
Dangerous on it as well. Molotov's out towards stairs. Rez and Plopsky both chucking a pair of Molotovs to make sure any stack that's here is going to be busted up, is going to be in an awkward situation. So removing the danger from that part of the map, gaining control as Plopsky just chills. Rez, Hampus, and Fuzi to take control of fountains and playgrounds, peeking out towards long. Very passive from Virtus Pro. They've got 2 scouts on Yekindar and James. Yekindar out towards long, James in the A bomb site as well. So those long-range weapons trying to get a couple connections out towards long, out towards lane.
So Rez and Fuzi will go to the front side of the bathrooms where Yekindar waits now with the AWP. Excuse me, the scout. Getting ahead of myself, but...
Yeah, you were a bit eager there.
Look, I'm excited.
Yeah.
Okay? No, yeah, the scout, round 2. But he's not alone. With 4 players now, Kicker coming over to join him. Headshot on Plopsky, damage as well onto Rez. He's down to 25 as the guns start to go. Flit's going to capitalize Hampus, but he gets one from the grave. He burns Kicker alive despite being out of the round already. And Fuzi killing Flitz will mean the bomb can move away from default, and they were a little bit worried about potentially a flank. That's why they did it. Molotov top of the bank stairs, and Buster won't be able to walk through that just yet. Deagle to play with. Low HP for 2. Low enough on Fuzi. Low certainly for Rez. But this could be a factor. And we know the Deagle body shots are much more efficient now than they used to be. I think that was a big problem with the weapon, to be completely honest.
Buster's just going to back off. No armor in the Deagle. He'll bring it forward in the next round. Is hoping someone would make a mistake. It's not going to happen. That round was actually super, super close to VP turning it in their favor. A couple really timely kills. The one out towards long on Jame while he was looking towards bathroom. Yekindar not able to fully get away after 1 kill and a tag.
Nope.
2-0 for NIP. They survived the scare.
That's actually another stat as well, that if you go back to 2 days ago, NIP won 3 T-sided pistols, but failed to convert any of them to the second round.
Ooh, yikes.
So that this is already a step forward for them.
Yeah, and you know that had to have been a topic of conversation. So that's always a feel-good moment when you sit down with the team and you say, we gotta fix this one specific area, and then you see it kind of turn into success in real time in the match situation.
I mean, there's a classic example of teams that failed to convert those rounds, not really achieving what they should have, and it was during the Liquid era. One of the teams that possibly could have beat them to that and beaten Astralis was Vitality at the time, and they were losing every anti-eco possible.
Yeah, there always seems to be one team in the pro scene that really struggles with anti-ecos. That's a banging pair of shots out of Flit. Good job with the 5-7. That range ain't going to be too friendly against the AK-47. 5-on-4 for VP.
It does make me happy to see more and more 5.7s coming back into the pool.
Yeah, we're getting frisky with all the different pistols.
It's good. I like
for
the balance. You know, there was a day.
I miss it.
I don't miss that day.
Bring back the Wild West. We were on a plane that day.
That's true, we were. And then we got to Pro League, and
it was nerfed.
Yeah.
It was nerfed by the time we landed.
We did a show match using just the R8
when Valve corrects an update in 24 hours, you know something went horribly wrong.
Yeah, absolutely. They were well aware of their mistakes. We are very sorry. Let us remove that immediately. Plopsky good for 1 on Yekindar. It's Jame that actually snuck out, got 2 quick dinks. The second one being a kill on a res with the USP, but it's S-Tag that then makes things right again. And all right, being 1 man up right now is NIP with 38 seconds. Flit's going to go hunting, though. Not quick enough to catch them out with a flank at long, but does catch a lonely Fuzi.
Oh, this play's sick. Kicker could do everything. Use the sound. Oh, he's got damage. He cleans it up. Swings wide. Plopsky's got him long range with the AK against Galil.
Thankfully,
huge
Galil.
Clutch.
That would have been almost a kill if that was AK, because he actually double body shot at him. He goes down to 40 as it gets tagged up through the edge of the wall, I think. Nonetheless, Plopsky gets the bomb planted, knows he's going to be challenging, and very quickly to do so, a one-on-one from this round that started off with a 5-7 kill. And I don't think he's going to find the right way, because at 40 HP, Flit's able to capitalize.
I think Plopsky just second-guessed his play. He was tucked into that corner, could have sat and just held one angle. Exposed himself to 2 different ones as he was hoping to catch him coming around the other side of the default boxes of dice boxes. What a great win. Flit, just this whole round from Flit is fantastic. 2 kills here, and obviously there's 1v1 clutches at the end. What a monster he was. Just talked about some of the problems, some of the woes of converting these rounds, and NIP stumble in round number 3 to just pistols, not even armor. AWP now picked up on J Matt.
Thank you, Jason. Someone has to be here for me and hold my hand.
I got you.
Well, yes, he will have it out. No surprise they get that to his hands as quickly as possible. Res limited to just the Deagle on the T side. Smoke on short because they go for the Molotov to hold that off instead. No boost against it, but Flit is jumped up on top of the lovely board position on the site with nade that could have gone toward the door. Didn't quite spot Hampus. He stayed down below. He didn't jump up on the ledge, so no information from that yet. Hampus can hear them now. Yeah, now they'll exchange a bit of, you know, phone numbers.
And Buster backs out. This spam, I think Flit's just trying to distract a little bit while Buster pushes in. Looked like he wanted to get a bit frisky with it. Hampus in a little bit of danger that he doesn't realize just yet. Virtus Pro timing downstairs, taking control of sewers. No desire to evacuate back up the stairs where they don't have control, so he's going to circle through the B bomb site. Defense still looking solid. Jame passive at dice boxes inside of the A bomb site, but NIP just now starting to move up long. So a bit more time here before NIP's in any kind of a position to actually attack. They've got 4 flashbangs to work with, and 2 smokes and a Molotov on this, 2 Molotovs, excuse me. So they could actually, depending on their utility usage, they could make this really uncomfortable for Jame.
Yekindar's timing here could be amazing, and he will get res. Plopsky's not there to trade. That makes things a bit awkward. He's going to get all the way back and get the kill. I thought he was going to be caught because that's a tough retreat to make. And he didn't have a secondary shot because James was busy looking toward the bathrooms where Fuzi will win out the first exchange between the ops. Hampus switching over to the AK, meanwhile, trying to find that revenge onto Yakinder, who's now going to triple up. Remember, 4 aces in an event is the record. He's not going to get one this time, but 3 kills. He's getting closer, maybe. Maybe he gets one this game.
Maybe. There's always a chance.
I mean, 3's not uncommon. I'm reaching for that, but it could be pretty interesting to see if he could tie that before we even get to an arena playoff stage.
Well, here's maybe a good chance if he wants to get aggressive for it, if he's actually going to chase the record.
I doubt he's even thinking about it.
No, he's not. But, I mean, you never know.
He might be aware of it, but it's not one of those things you can really force.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
Play Gladiator.
You can really chase after an ace. That's why I'm saying in a round like this, if you really want it, this is the one to go for. However, Flit in the stairs. You're right, this early in a game, though, if that's on your mind, you're focused on the wrong things. Jam going to have a deep angle. Rez has gotten by him. I don't think he realizes, but again, not too much danger. Yekindar is there in support, watching his back. James going to get a chance at a shot as they pop up here. One flashbang I don't think NIP wants to use quite yet. A little bit of a quick peek and fall back. That nade, though.
Yeah, that's massive. Oh, my God. The no armor just tears them apart. Jam will get easy. And round over, I do see that we are going to have a tech timeout. Hampus has called that immediately, so hopefully they can fix whatever the problem is very quickly. This is not tactical. Teams shall remain silent. Thus, the admin puts on his headset to listen in. The admins are in the respective TeamSpeak channels with the team that they're behind, so they can actually hear everything going on at this point.
They can discipline. Just a mic issue. We'll get that fixed up quick and easy. 3-2 early on for Virtus Pro. Been an interesting day at IEM Katowice. Vitality taking a tough loss.
Man, yep. G2's loss.
G2 taking a tough loss.
Like 16-2 in the first map.
Yeah.
I was sitting at the hotel watching it and thinking, okay, well, this is a quick series.
Yeah.
Kind of didn't. I was on the computer that we have in our gaming area for us, and I was gaming, and I turned around and looked at the second map, and I was like, what is going on?
Oh, yeah.
How is this still live? Like, I thought that was over.
Complete reversal of fortunes.
Yeah, that was crazy.
So that's going to be, that's interesting. You know, I mean, you just want to build on that a little bit. G2 going down to the lower bracket, they face off against Liquid.
Yeah, against Liquid, and Gambit's lurking in that lower bracket now as well. That's
Na'Vi flirted with the lower bracket.
Man,
they did overcome their obstacle, but yeah, it's
they're looking shaky. I mean, I know they have Boomich obviously isolated right now, so it's not ideal or not like in a they're out of land, but he has a ping, and they're in an isolated, weird situation where the in-game leader's not sitting in the seat in the middle.
You know, they have a tendency of starting a little bit slow in events. Not that that's a great tendency, but no cause for major concern at the moment. Just an interesting day to see some of the favorites in their matchups really struggle in certain regards. Round number 6 is live. Mics are fixed. 4 players for Virtus Pro over at the B bomb site initially, and it's a great call. If NIP is going to try and find any kind of timing, there's 3 players there, including the bomb. Hampus and Rez going to challenge against Yekindar. Boost up over the top. Oh, he spotted it, but he's committed to the fight. Can't handle the pixel. Yekindar goes down early.
Meanwhile, the wrap toward long from Hampus and Rez. James on his way back over to the A site after that early exchange. They don't have bomb. It's clearly toward Monster, so they're trying to sell this rotation. They'll go for the flower pot boost just to clear. Long smoke as well. That's going to make them just have a bit of doubt, and Flit now heads that direction as well. That's all they want. They want to sell this, but Flit's actually thought better of it. A single smoke at long is not enough to sell James. In fact, he's going to go back around also.
Oh, no. If he comes back now, because NIP, he has the indication. I don't think he realized. Oh, now he does. Good jiggle peek. Got the intel, but can't find the kill. This is a bit dangerous. NIP still have not moved. They have not made a decision to fall back or anything. This is a bit dicey, and I think that's going to give Virtus Pro the indication of what's up. That actually, wasn't the real plan to start with.
That's a very good call. I don't know what read they got on that, but James did not overreact. Flit even started to rotate, and they called it off. And the fact that they have to rotate from Monster through Connector, they have to go on A, because they could not sell the rotations. Hampus in a good spot, though, and Rez still holding sight. The advantage, with just enough time, will be to NIP, as the bomb will go down. No one on that flank either, so default plant is safe as Hampus cuts off the first rotation in Flit. And James, they're going to bail on this one.
That's a really weak way to try and get back into that round, to just be unaware, knife out as you come up those stairs. James surely had to kind of communicate that wasn't covered, but yeah, Flit maybe just falling asleep at the wheel, maybe getting a little bit ahead of himself, gets caught. If they had found that kill, maybe you can get that 4-on-4 retake, but some brutal timings there for VP and some good strategery.
Strategery.
Strategery
I like that.
from NIP.
So that'll bring us back to a level scoreline at 3-3.
The interesting thing, too, is like NIP didn't really have a whole lot of utility. Those Rez and Hampus out towards long, they didn't have the utility to like set up any kind of a fake execute. They only had
one smoke.
They had the one smoke at long, and they had one flashbang. So they actually kind of had to at least commit at least one player through that smoke. They end up sending two just to try and sell it because they knew the rest of their teammates over towards the B bomb site needed them to do something. And they just find an empty bomb site. They'll love that. All tied up.
Tied up and money on both sides. Still no, well, I shouldn't say still no. We did see Fuzi have an AWP already, but not in this round, so it's no AWP to go against James this time. They're going to be aggressive again toward the front side of bathrooms, but James is going to cut left and head down the stairwell. Door already removed by utility. He's anticipating some sort of presence there as a result. Plopski's the one that's down below still.
Yakandar's going to get another chance. Looked like Flit was setting up some utility. Flashbang maybe for him to take a peek, but they've called it off. Still going to remain aggressive. Looking for just one to catch Hampus off.
I don't mind this bench play, trying to funnel them over toward his crosshair if they walk up the stairs or head toward long because they don't have vision in front, but he's moved as they arrive and he sees the tracer, but there's a timer on that play. That smoke due to dissolve, he has to back off of it.
Flit's committed though. Fee sticks here, and Jame as well, up from stairs. They want to be able to destroy anything. This is a play, Plopski. There's no cover for Jame to cover off this doorway. He could actually wrap around.
Well, you're not wrong. That's exactly it, is that Jame now, putting his attention back toward top mid, has to be fully aware that there's no one covering below him.
Well, I think I almost at some point, relying on the fact that the door's blown open to keep that player at bay, because that player is really exposed to any kind of a boost.
That's what I was going to say. A boost would do it, but as we know, and you're right, they don't.
It's coming now. It's coming now. He's flirting with it. Jame is going to get one, but Plopski's right there. Now he's got the heads up. He knows what's coming, and Jame is just going to have to take a risk and get out.
Yeah, absolutely. Fight forward. Can't go backwards at that point in time. Yakinder's even going to rotate over and compensate for the fact that Jame has left the B side of the map. He's there with Buster and Kickert, although thinking better of it. No, he'll go back now. Information found. Kickert goes out to get S a tag, and as a result, bomb spotted. NIP has to, well, bail out. This round's over. 12 seconds. Not going to do anything. No chance they get anywhere with this, and it's just about saving AK-47s at this point.
Yeah, they didn't get anything they wanted there. NIP. Good kill from Jame. Good job evacuating as well. Even with that kind of a risky play, there was a couple timings where Plopski could have just had a freebie on him. Virtus Pro get back into a one-round lead. Money as well, all 5 players surviving. James rich, Buster's rich, Kickert's rich. Nice and easy. Good mid-round push as well, catches him lined up. Lucky not to get doubled there from Kickert's aggression. Esatag and Rez will have to rebuy, and this time it's an actual timeout from NIP's offense. Talking things over in round 8.
Coach getting involved. Glad we're allowed to have a little animation from the coaches at this event. Jason?
That's a timeout.
No, I was referring to the Valve ruling at the main.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. That seemed a little bit harsh, to be fair, but Virtus Pro with a one-round lead will try and make the most of it. Good call to save from NIP. Obviously, like you say, didn't get anything going, not what they wanted, but it leaves them with 5 rifles again this round. AK for Buster, that's carried over. Molotov again to the top of the stairs, immediately extinguished by NIP. Jame takes that off the forehead. He's got to get out of there. That Molotov is going to spread far too quickly. So he only goes down to 82, but he loses the chance to find Plopski.
Yakandar still being aggressive. He's thirsting for fights in this position. He's staying around quite a bit of time. Gonna rotate over to long with Jay. Meanwhile, B is about to be under attack. Hampus and Rez in short. Rez and Plopski, or Hampus and S-Tag, excuse me. Ooh, Flit.
This is...
Did he spot the head?
I think they go on this because Yakinder's long enough that he has all the information. James rotating.
Flit saw the head. Oh, Rez trying to come out with a contact play. No one's got eyes on this just yet. They've got to be careful. Good shot on the boost. Buster's heads up play. Not aware that they're already out Monster. How could you be? Flashbang drops to the ground and Kickert's got to defend.
Yakinder's making a ton of noise on this flank though. Fuzi's still in front of him. Surely you didn't hear that from that range? One's at Fountain, the other just went through the playground and they didn't hear each other. So Yakinder's going to be finding the bomb. NIP can take the site all they want. He's going straight to T-spawn. He's about to find the bomb back in that part of the map, and James doing work inside of the site. There it is. Oh, did he see it? It's underneath the cobblestone. Fuzi goes back to find it. Ikinder never would have expected them to be looking that direction, and that is a heads-up play from Fuzi.
Oh, that's so weird. I think you're right. I think the cobblestone did hide the bomb from his vision. That's an awkward flank from Yekindar. What a bummer.
You're seeing teams find little cheeky spots, like there's the cardboard box on Vertigo as well that teams will drop it behind down below lobby, so if someone flanks, they don't see it as well. Because if he spots bomb there, there's no way Fuzi gets that kill. He just falls back and holds the angle.
I'll be honest, I don't think that was designed at all. I think that's NIP just forgetting that.
Oh, 100%. No, 100%. It just would have been super fortunate timing.
The unfortunate thing as well for Virtus, even with that flank, is everyone else on the B bomb site's dying. Like, Yekindar didn't really have anyone to kind of hold that off to make that flank more effective. Tough. But the idea was there. Spam coming through, Rez brought down low, but Fuzi's gonna get an angle up at Sandbags, and he spots the arm, tags Buster through the wall to 20 HP. Aggressive opening from NIP, taking control of short and stairs quickly.
I give a lot of flack to VP's slower play style. Obviously that applies mostly to their T side, and it can even be, well, I'll say it, boring at times. But this CT side, this is what I love to see on Overpass. They are pushing everywhere. Yekindar again at tree. They're constantly shuffling the map trying to find information. And it's paying off so far in this round because they've got the first kill on Hampus. It was Yekindar to get it. Buster's on 7 HP, but they can actually reshuffle again. Jame with the ability to rotate either direction on the AWP.
You know, the addition of Flit, it came like right before the major, so it kind of got like I don't want to say swept under the rug, but it didn't quite get the attention it deserved. But certainly as time has gone on with this VP squadron,
I think if anything, it got criticism for the timing of the spawn.
For the timing of it with Sanji and everything. But you know, I think with how long they've been together now, the addition of Flit has certainly added a new dynamic to this team. They can be far more aggressive, and we've seen them even on their T sides picking up the pace in a way that we hadn't seen previously, which is awesome, which I think is part of the reason why so many people are getting a little bit more excited about this Virtus Pro team, and they're getting a little bit more credit for being dark horses and having the potential to win. Here comes a pop.
James caught by that. Flit's caught by the second one. On top of the truck, though, he goes back. He manages to stay alive longer than he should, and James still not able to peek because he rotates around to the bank stairs instead, but does get res.
Yekindar, how long?
He's going to try. Oh, he's actually going to hold back. He wants the rotations instead. I thought he was going to try and work up on that because he would have known that one was at least on the truck. Fuzi's on the other side. He'll walk out. Yekindar has the angle, and it's going to be a boost behind the wall. This should be a kill. James, turn around now. Absolutely. He sees him. Jumps. I'm not sure. Not sure that was the best move. Could have been a little more patient with it. Does hit the second one. Okay, fine. Jumping no scope. Shame on me. They know they had the strength in numbers, but yeah, maybe could have just waited a second for that one.
That crazy bastard. 5-4. Yekindar with the patience out towards long. He's looking for that player to evacuate the bomb site, looking for safety. Got the exact fight he wanted. Bit of a brawl to take over the site initially for NIP. Can't handle it afterwards. Yeah, jumping shotgun up. Although, I mean, I mean, I don't know if that we want to call that like low percentage. I think it's pretty close range. But if he had, for whatever reason, missed that, Nestag gets the kill, all of a sudden that's a doable 1v2. 1 round lead for Virtus Pro, and they're going to take the timeout, feeling a little bit of pressure, a little sketchy. These rounds haven't been clean for them, despite the fact they're staying at a 1 round lead.
Yeah, and economy rather close as a result of it. James looking good now, 6,000 and change with the AWP out. Bit of utility he'll want to purchase in this round, but so too we're seeing Kickert looking pretty good. So the money's starting to build, but they aren't there with sort of that full round in hand as of yet. And the T somehow staying in this with a lost round bonus at only the first round. It's just been back and forth. Yekindar, the only one that's going to be pushing out toward A solo this round. Is this going to be a Jame quick? It's going to be a boost. I thought it might be quick peek monster. We haven't seen that meta in a long time, to be fair.
Double ops. Again, 4 players starting at the B bomb site for defense. And again, it seems to be the right call. Asatag, Hampus, Rez, and even Plopsky in the stairs can quickly attack this B bomb site. Bomb is dropped as well, far back towards the barrels. Buster playing anti-flash.
It's interesting. Flit's even like shoulder peeking towards short because no one wants to get aggressive. James still watching that angle too. It's not like they don't have information to cover it, but they're just antsy that the utility could push anyone off as they flash themselves back over. They aren't committed to playing on that great position. Jame, there it is. Holds from the pillar. He'll find S-Tag walking in. They'll smoke it off now as well. Here's that bomb spot we were talking about, in behind the bush and the cinder.
Maybe it is designed.
Oh, definitely. I think a lot of teams are finding little cheeky spots like that for that reason. Oh, Yakinder's slow to react, but definitely sees Plopsky.
I don't think he wants to waste his position on a crack shot like that.
That's the thing. He's the only one there right now, and it actually is beneficial because now Flit and Jame are on rotation. So no risk, but therefore nothing to lose. I don't think he realized Plopsky was already pushed up, though. Gets caught out immediately, smokes down. That will isolate Flit's position. Fuzi's trying to get around it. Plopsky gets in behind, though. There's two behind. Now Oh, I thought Flit might have been able to turn on that because the wall of smoke's still there. They ran past him, but he gets caught out by Rez instead. Bomb goes down. It's Kickered on the flank. And Jame inside the smoke, top of the stairs. First one goes his way. And Kickered, completely unaware of his position, finds the assist on the second. Jame beats him to the punch, and thankfully, because the aim was not there, but it's all down to Plopsky. Jame goes to the pistol, and another kill for him, another round for Virtus Pro.
Great recovery from Jame and Kickard because Virtus Pro really let that round go. Yekindar gets completely caught off guard. I thought that crack was great. You get information, you see bodies pass, you call your teammates back, but for whatever reason, just never considered, for whatever reason, that they were going to keep going up lane to wrap around him. He gets caught completely out. Flit trying to be cheeky inside of the smoke. Everything collapsed for Virtus Pro. That looked so good initially. It's some great shots from Jame in the post plant. Jiggle peeking to freeze Rez out in the open. He gets all three final kills. 6-4. 2-round lead for VP. And even with the plant, NIP's relegated back to pistols and armor and a little bit of utility. 2 Tech 9s, P250, pair of Glocks.
Hampus quick to the underpass position, has Yakinder waiting. Good smoke. There was a slight gap, but Hampus wasn't positioned to find it, so Kickert's going to be fully aware they've gone by, but he's flashed off on the pillar. That Tech 9 at this range?
Oh dear.
I wouldn't be feeling very comfortable. Kickert's obviously proficient and manages to hold himself alive for at least one kill. Does Buster a favor to buy him space. He gets 3+1 in the round. As Yakinder closes it out, we now have a 7-4 scoreline. So now the round's starting to stack up for Virtus Pro, and money as well.
Great flashbangs, great utility usage for NIP to allow those Tech 9s to get, that one Tech 9 to get close up to the pillar before anyone was able to fight back. I was kind of shocked. I think Kicker was caught completely unawares by how close they actually were. Interesting. It's happened to a couple of the VP players so far. We just saw it with Yekindar in the last round, just losing track of the timing of the positioning of their opponents, how fast they can be somewhere. But they still sustained. 7-4, 3-round lead. Round number 12. AK-47s across the board for the Ninjas, and again, pretty quick water control for S-Tag around the edge of the smoke.
Flashes S-Tag still waiting for a chance at someone to jump on the boost. Jame, the one at long with the AWP. Yakinder not going to be wielding the sniper this time, is in front of the bathrooms. Is Flit jumping over, does I think spot S-Tag. We didn't quite catch that, and that's why Buster's swinging out though, because he knows there's going to be a presence toward that construction and water position. And he'll gather the bomb with a minute left on the clock, and it at this point looks to be heading toward B with Fuzi holding on to it. Rez even heading back that way, so no one really pushing onto the A side this time. Plopsky just holding the rotation at connector.
Question for me is when Jame decides to rotate over to the B bomb site, he's currently got the op out towards long. At what point do they say, okay, I haven't seen anything, Yekindar hasn't seen anything in bathrooms, it's time to kind of shift things? Not yet.
Single smoke at Monster's going to buy them a bit of time, though. This is going to come down to mid-20s before they attack. Not if they can find the kill on Buster, though. He's only good for one. That'll open up the site, but Flit's ready for it. He finds Rez as they walk in. But Rez in peace, because Fuzi has Flits and Rez can't get any further. It's going to be shut down as Jame and Yakinder on the flank shut out everyone except for Hampus, who's locked out toward Monster against 3 with 16 seconds left to play, and the bomb in the possession of Virtus Pro.
Oh man, NIP just couldn't get any ground that time. Every time they stepped up to take some ground by a trade kill, there was another player to challenge them, and that's just buying time for Yekindar's flank from bathroom. One kill is just the critical one, and time runs out. Hampus saves the weapon. But they're 4 rounds behind. Virtus Pro's defense looking strong. 11 kills on Flit. Jame as well, hitting some fantastic shots with the ADP. Not necessarily the most difficult ones, just the standard ones. Exactly what we know. What we know Jame for. He's got 12 kills, 5 deaths.
There's something beautiful about, yes, the flashy, fast AWP, but so many times you see the easy ones actually missed when it matters. Draken comes to mind.
Oh, dear.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry
guy.
to bring that back up. Sorry, all the NIP fans watching. Yeah, but no, I mean, you need to just be standard and efficient and reliable, and he certainly is 12-5. But as you say, hasn't done anything remarkable. Did have that 1 4K round. That was pretty good. Like you say, recovering the round with Kickert at that point in time. And it's shut out NIP since then. 4 rounds in a row, despite 2 bomb plants. They were pretty successful. But we get back underway. Rez the only one with a gun. He has a bit of utility as well. Hampus burning, steps on a Molotov. And I think he'll think better of moving forward in that position any further. Holds back at the playground. Yakinder waiting this time in the stairs. James long again. So he and Yakinder both continuing with that sort of aggressive stance on the A site, looking for the information. Very far forward as well, so even if they go down, there's lots of time for the rotations, and it's Flit that's the closest this time by playing up toward Heaven as Rez will take out Yakinder. Now we'll see that shuffle. James falls back, stays safe. Flit rotates over immediately. But this does thin the defense.
Well, Buster's in a good position to at least gain information, right? He's cut the map a little bit. He can hear that door behind him open up. And he can watch towards Monster to see if anyone is going to cross his vision. A little bit of a fake towards A, a little bit of contact, and he's shut down. James again with a nice shot. Here comes Hampus right behind Buster. Which way is he going to stop? Good win towards Monster, and there's Buster pouncing, and they cannot pass this position. A great angle for Buster, and he's the critical factor in the round. Fuzi going to fall down last.
So make it now 5 in a row for VP. Since the guns have come out, NIP have not been able to string successive rounds together.
Yeah, this has been spicy. This is a really rough run for them, where the offense was kind of starting to look a little bit good, where they're getting a few things they liked. Virtus Pro out of that timeout, just really shutting things down. It's been 5 straight now for VP's defense.
Yeah, and we go back as well. I mentioned they didn't convert round 2 a lot of the time 2 days ago. Well, today it was round 3, and it was still against pistols. So
unarmored pistols.
Yeah, similar thing, right?
Whoop. There
we
nice
go.
Shot,
James has been thinking about that a lot. We've seen him getting in toward the connector quite often, and this time it's actually Fuzi, which is a bit off.
Yeah, both oppers.
Plopsky's been down there forever. Yeah, and he gets the opper, finally goes there, and he's like, gets the one time James does as well.
Both oppers were like, well, this is the round I'm going to go underpass. James on top. He's going to fall back, kill shuffle. He'll play underneath the sign. Good frag from Buster, controlling. And again, that's I mean, S-Tag is a player meant to just kind of hold on to that part of the map and have information and give them plan B. Now NIP basically have to find success towards long or towards bathrooms at the 8 bomb site, but defense is going to be so strong here. Flit's already rotated over towards headshot position. James at Dice, Yekindar at sign. How do you break through this?
Well, Hampus will start it off with the Galil. He's already cleared coast corner at Flowers. He'll be expecting a counter peek, but when Yakinder does, he doesn't see anyone. So Yekindar's got to be a little bit careful about how close up the lane he's going to get. He's expecting it still.
One smoke on Yekindar.
He could just pop that short and delay. He hears him now. Oh, he's put it out just in time. Hampus, any further down, would have been through that and tapping away. Silenced M4. He can't be spotted on the other side. He now can retreat down long and use it for his own safety as Plopsky gets found by the AWP. Yekinder through the smoke gets Rez, but forced him to take that peek. He was fully surrounded.
I think every pro player watching this right now is like, that is the fight that tilts them out of the off the face of the earth right now against the silenced M4 that's become so popular, because there's no way for Hampus to have a clean chance at actually winning that through the smoke. Keeps firing. Yekindar keeps getting the tracers. You can even see him tracking which side of that choke point. Yeah, he's jumping on. He sees the tracers coming through. And Hampus is like, what am I supposed to do? I can't go through it because he has the advantage. And I can't spam him back because that gives away my position. Shout out to Bimas.
Yeah?
He made a tweet about that today.
Did he? So you just copy other people's ideas to do your job?
Basically, yeah.
Not bad.
It's got me to a pretty good place, I feel like, career-wise.
Fake it till you make it.
What is it? Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery or something like that?
Yeah, that's it. Yekinder falls back at this point. Hampus will move up with the Deagle. So again, limited weapons. This being round 15, and IP forcing in, obviously. Mac 10, 2 Galils, 2 Deeks. The Daddy Deegs. And they've got some smokes to work with. We'll see if they can come up with anything toward the A side, it seems, as well, with this lesser weaponry. Perhaps thinking the angle's more favorable. You just got to be a little bit careful here. He's going to push past the doorway. We know when he had the op, he got caught off by the lane, not expecting anyone to push behind him. Thankfully, James is on that side right now, but he's not watching it because he's rotating back. They heard the smoke come at the end of the long tunnel, and they didn't want to get wrapped on entirely. Ekender's going to go down because they're caught out on that. That single smoke caught them out of position and forced the rotation.
Good find, good find. That might open things up. Molotov towards truck. Flit's in trouble. They got to back away, but they're going to be stuck behind 2 smokes. This is a great chance for NIP to get to 5 right before the half ends. But James is still here. Rips off Plopsky's head with the AWP.
Swapping over to the rifle rather than the MAC-10. Esatag holding the wall, hoping that they can get the bomb down. They do at default. Molotov as well on the stairs by an additional 7 seconds, but all 4 players have kits, so that rather insignificant considering the plant just came in. Flash out from Buster above the bank stairs. His 2 teammates will go on that flit kicker, wait for a second one in fact, and they'll try and swing either side, but Fuzi gets for free as Flit goes down and comes back out for kicker. He and Rez converging on both kills as Esatag continues to bait out shots from the truck, and it's going to be them holding back the CTs. Fuzi even going to the Deagle at this point in time as Buster comes out with a team kill and then drops.
That'll be halftime. 5 rounds for NIP. They're going to switch over to defense. This is their map pick, and they don't want to lose it. We'll see what they've got when we return from the break.
Смог дали. Один по упору уже идет.
Проходи, Женек, спалишься сейчас.
Звук.
Еще один.
Жить. Раз.
Это поп. 20 секунд.
Жестко, Женек. Давай. Хорош, пацаны.
Че, спасительный файвсан?
Ну да, получается так.
I rate our team like top 5 right now in the world. Since we didn't play like a lot big tournaments, we played only major and only IEM Summer as this roster, and I think we are currently number 5 if we get from our previous results. Our main goal is to win Katowice for sure, but the minimum like aim is about to get to top 4.
What makes someone a living Counter-Strike legend? It's not an easy question, but when it comes to Neo, it's not words that speak, but rather actions.
Oh god, 1 HP, 2 remain. Robin and Heaton. Jiggles and finds the head of Heaton. 1 more remains. He can't afford to take any damage. It doesn't matter. Robin's gone.
Plays like this have undoubtedly earned him his place amongst the best. However, what do you call someone who was able to recreate a similar result 11 years later? That's just what happened during IEM Katowice 2017, when during a match against Cloud9, he reminded us all that 1 HP is more than enough.
Rotating back into, they've just picked up 2 kills. Snacks, he's running wild, but unfortunately he just lost his entire team. Neo, though, with the flick shot on the Shroud. Unfortunately, he's down to 1 HP.
Gonna be playing this one aggressively. You know, you're facing, and that's the first frag. Unbeknownst to him, Snoodle's also there on 15 health. He's caught so many from this kind of a situation, and that's the headshot. Neo putting Cloud9 in their place.
10-5 scoreline at half. NIP on the lower of those two scores is now going to swap over to the CT side and see if they can win their second pistol in this game and claw their way back into it. We got a pretty aggressive CT-sided Virtus Pro to start us off here on Overpass, which, to be fair, NIP's choice, and they did beat Gambit on yesterday. But now we get to see if that pace continues for Virtus Pro, or is it back to the strategy of slowing things down?
Well, I think, too, NIP have to build upon that win over Gambit so that we can actually believe that's something we can see consistently. I think that's the biggest issue with NIP at the moment, is no one truly believes this team has that in them, game in and game out. Yakandar and Buster, here comes the utility. Oh, they're going to peek with it. Great shot from Hampus. They now know he's there. Molotov in, extinguished immediately.
Buster going in. He's going to realize there's 3 players. He hasn't even spotted the 4th that's inside of the smoke. Does do well to get S-a-tag, but he had found Jame before that as Rez gets Buster back. It's Kickerts that's out towards short. Somehow NIP with the stack have the bomb and have only lost 1 despite the utility, despite the entries, and the fact that they let a player get rather deep in the site before taking him down.
Yeah, so many players from NIP at that site, though, is like, you're never going to see all of them, never going to be able to find all of them. Some really good initial battles, and now it's the 2 unarmored players from Virtus Pro with no utility, and that boost is going to give up the position of both of them. Yeah, so have fun, guys.
I mean, it's always a good time.
Come on, Plopsky. Give him the duel. Give it to him. Have an A map.
Well, Rez is there waiting to clean up if he doesn't. He's done the damage onto Kickerts. Rez will sneak out and take Flit away. And NIP do get their second pistol in this game. No bomb plant on that either, to note.
Not even close. Couldn't even sniff the bomb site. 4-round lead for VP. That's both pistols won by the Ninjas.
It's kind of like got sewage running through it, so I'm pretty sure you could smell it if you had to, Jason, to be fair.
Like, this smells like crap. We're at the bomb site, boys.
Drop the bomb right here.
Fuzi and Rez. Fuzi's going to take a peek with a flashbang over. Spots 1. That's Yakandar just jumping around the corner for information. No investment from VP. No armor, just upgraded pistols. Not even any utility. And only 1 deagle to go for those long-range pick 1 deags.
Buster with Yakandar out toward the playground position is going to sneak it around.
Look at that beautiful white crosshair.
Yeah, I know, right? We were like, for years, the complaint was green crosshair, green crosshair, green crosshair. And does Rushley either hate everyone, although he's not been observing lately? Nice shot from Buster. Ancient, I can understand wanting to have a white.
I like the white crosshair.
Everything's green.
Play with the white
I'm not
crosshair.
against it. I just, you know, for years we were protesting to get the green one, and then we've just gone white again.
Alrighty. Hampus up the stairs, USP in hand, trying to save some money. Let's hope that doesn't come back to bite him in the ass. Virtus Pro now taking over bathrooms. Even Buster is pretty frisky out towards long. He's got the Deeg shot on Fuzi earlier to open things up. Rez, oh, dinked. He's got to go passive. This puts Hampus alone, isolated. He goes down. Uh-oh, boys. Uh-oh, find a way to lose. Buster's got another. 2-on-2. And that's the bomb dropped to the floor beneath Plopsky. 1-on-2, excuse me.
That might be the saving grace, except for the fact that Kickert's also on the flank. Oh, look how nervous his aim is. He's got the 1-on-1 now with Buster. Bomb, thankfully, in his hands and possession with only 20 seconds left to go. This is not a round that is about the objective. It is 1 versus 1, and it will come to kills. As Plopsky backs off the bomb, Buster has to work his way down the stairs, tries to surprise, but Plopsky gets the kill instead.
Oh, if that was anything but a Glock, Plopsky would have gone down. That is a very dangerous round that Virtus Pro gets so much with investing so little. And the crazy thing is, this is the real buy. They did all that with just pistols and no armor. Now it's AK-47s, and you already have NIP at a breaking point. They've got to reinvest everything. How brutal. Now, thankfully, oddly enough, the save from Hampus to only have the USP might actually help them out because it's given them the money to drop Fuzi over an AWP.
Early up against the AKs. The problem with that is the advantage to Virtus Pro on the buy, aside from that sniper. So you better hope Fuzi does well or manages somehow to save it if it doesn't work out early on enough in the round. As shots from Kickert through the smoke at Monster, he will now try and spam towards short as well, but the rest of his team starting to look at long, and here's where the op is, Jason.
Also, interesting enough, Fuzi took a shot. He gave away the game. He gave away the fact that there was an op in play.
Well, we'll see if that matters or not, because they're still getting close to him. They're going to actually work inside bathroom connector, but they're so close. This would be a trade. This has to be a trade.
There's no way he sees this.
I don't even think he sees the boost. You're right. This isn't even a trade. This is one and done. He somehow survives on that. Fuzi gets traded by Yekender, who has to swing. He did well to even find a single kill in that situation.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty god-tier way to find a kill. Ooh, and Yekendar's just going to chuck the op off the map. Fair play. Doesn't want to keep it for Jame.
I guess that's one way to keep Jame from saving.
Yeah, he's like, none of these shenanigans, Jame. Hampus, the Deagle, that's not getting away. You're fighting to death, and you're surely going to go down. No tags on the kicker either. I don't think anyone from VP was close enough to that op that Yekender just chucks it off the map and he says, screw it.
Not only that, it's confidence, right? It's like, we're going to be able to afford one of these next round anyway. I'll just get rid of it.
And NIP's actually stacked up at the A bomb site, so they would have liked to have been able to push out and recover that op. It ain't going to be there. And Yekender sticking around bathrooms, and you know in the back of his mind, he's saying, someone's going to want this op. Someone, when the round is over, is going to come looking for it, and I'm going to be here waiting.
James even coming back over that direction just in case. James probably coming over going, hey man, where is it? Give it to me.
It's like, nah dog, I chucked it.
Sorry dude, I lied to you. You're absolutely spot on, Jason, because here they come. The cavalry running up long. Unfortunately for Yekender, he can't get an ace off this. In fact, he can't get anything. Rez is going to get the kill immediately. Spots that he does not have the op in his hand, so where could it be?
They're looking for it. There's more coming, though. VP, immediately dink. Now I think if you're Virtus Pro, you got to be a little bit careful. You don't exactly have the money for this. The chase was great when Yekender was alive. With his fluffed kill and the follow-up, there's no point. Actually, not bad from NIP to get some of these exit kills, but yeah, the op was the real prize that they just won't have. SMG upgraded to an AK-47, M4 upgraded to an AK-47, so 3 of them brought into the next round for NIP's defense. 11-7, 4-round lead for VP. Yeah, this is wild. I can't believe he recovered in time. That jump does just enough to make it difficult for Buster.
That was a no-scope while partially blind. That is about as desperate a recovery as you can get on that shot.
Yep. Timeout NIP, their third of the game so far. They'll talk things over.
They're going to force out another rifle, just to note. You can see it now on the bottom of the HUD. They've got an M4 to go with those 3 AKs, but that's all they're going to have. That's it. That's the buy.
Hampus played the first round, the pistol round, obviously, then the second round with the pistol, and then the third round with the pistol, and now the fourth round with the pistol. Having a good half.
Just bait a teammate, take their gun. There is 2 kits. Just
love your in-game leaders.
Thank you. B-Stream update, Gambit, lower brackets, remember, for them as they got knocked down in rather dramatic fashion by none other than NIP that we're casting right now. And it's them against Copenhagen Flames. It's 11-6, so they need to survive. And poor old Copenhagen Flames, always so close, but yet so far. Someday they'll bring a lighter for that cigar. Meanwhile, Flit pushing up with the AK-47. That was game 1 in that series, by the way, so...
I mean, a series that could be a significant stumbling block for Gambit as well. For another team that's one of the favorites, Copenhagen Flames is no slouch, keeping it close on overpass on that series as well. Gambit's got to be careful in that lower bracket. Yekender, Flit, and Buster to attack sandbags, but there's 4 NIP players here.
Yekender looking...
Oh, wait, there's no one watching this. Actually, Fuzi was actually in a little bit of trouble. There's the flashbangs out. Good trades, good progression into the bomb site, but so many players here.
The problem is those trades were so late that they had to give up watching short to recover it, and then they walked in from sandbags. Hampus is now left alone. He hasn't even recovered one of the guns that went down because he can't get that far forward. They're so far inside of the site, and it's all on res, 1 on 3. Smoke does dissipate, but they'll put another one out. Now, he knows that they're close, but Jame was ready for the peak.
What a game from James so far, 20-8. Got to be a little bit bummed if you're NIP. That's exactly what you wanted. You wanted them coming into the B bomb site, 4 players stacked there, and you can't convert.
I think you were right. No one... They didn't have it covered as aggressively as you would have expected. They gave up too much ground.
Yeah, if you look at it from the start, Fuzi's up in the toxic barrels, and there's actually an angle from sandbags where you can see that, and no one from NIP was peeking to hold anyone from getting to that angle. So a little bit fortunate that Virtus Pro was just running a set piece, kind of going with the flashbangs over the wall, catching NIP completely off guard. Still, a pretty tough battle to get in and actually win the round. This time, much easier. Nobody's home. So Virtus Pro is going to get a plant and a free round. Now it gets tense for NIP, and remember, they've already used 3 timeouts. Jame hears it coming, drops his smoke, and just hopes and prays that NIP decides to jump through it.
So a full flank of CTs and a shooting gallery through smoke, and Yekindar wants to get the most of those. He continues to add to his multi-kill total. Flit will get in with one, and Buster takes out Hampus. It's really just a bit of fun for Virtus Pro. If anything, just a waste of ammunition. Not even worth the time. James going to have an AWP in this round. There is not yet one, or not enough yet money. I'll figure the English language out someday. On the NIP side, they'll go with Hampus, who's still being the selfless in-game leader. And we'll hold the FAMAS rather than a full rifle, and that gives them a bit more utility. This time, however, worth noting, no kits in play.
All right, Flit. An underpass, Jame and Yekindar as well. Decent amount of bodies here. Rez to defend on the stairs. Yekindar's creeping up. Molotov's gonna come down. Rez is in trouble. He's gonna have to put this out. What do you do from here? Flashbang, excuse me, another Molotov. And actually, VP don't really want to challenge it. They show 2 Molotovs, they show 2 players, but no commitment. They let Rez stay alive. He's going to evacuate with the help of a flashbang, now joined up with Fuzi over towards bathrooms.
Buster sneaking up the close wall to the bathroom as Jame playing the Overwatch position for him as he gets closer.
If VP can clear out Fuzi here, they're going to have complete map control. It would be huge. That's a massive win. That's a massive win for NIP.
Jame can't even mess with that. He's got to run back.
He's got the bomb.
Yeah, that's exactly the point. I mean, he can't... Oh, he's got to be careful sitting around here. Meanwhile, back over at B, we bring US a tag. As he gets 2, Flit will finally take him down as he had to go for the reload. But it's a massive advantage for NIP on both sides of the map now. And as you say, Jame has the bomb. They're backing off 26 seconds. I think we know what time it is, Jason.
Yeah, first time for the game as well.
That's actually fair. Well, yeah, we can't meme it too bad. It hasn't been, you know, as prevalent today.
Yeah, round 21, we'll take it.
This has been a much faster-paced game than I'm used to seeing from Virtus Pro. And look, yeah. I think it's awesome that they're this successful, that, you know, they are the dark horse. We need one. But there are games, I will say, they are a struggle to get excited over because of that pace.
And they used to be like the caster and the analyst nightmare having to watch the slow-paced VP games, and now you can tell just everyone getting super excited because Flit has just added a whole new dynamic. Maybe some fresh ideas are coming in, or maybe just a way more aggressive player than previous is really helping them kind of execute these tactics a little bit better, a little bit more confidence in their aggressive rounds.
I was thinking we should probably just hire some golf commentators for when they play, you know?
Yeah.
Setting up the putt.
I can't even imagine casting golf.
Wind on the 9th, and Jame just going to sit back for this one.
I bet esports casters
Beautiful day here on Overpass.
They could turn golf into like a Happy Gilmore.
Oh, dude, you can do that with any sport. It would be great.
Let's bring the heat.
Doesn't mean it's appropriate.
When have we ever cared about that? Hampus,
I mean,
spamming.
What am I doing here?
Getting through a little bit. Kickert far back. Virtus Pro starting to spread and move across the map. Minute and 20 seconds. Yekindar and Buster towards Fountain. Still just a standard 2-1-2 default for VP's attack.
So the 2 AKs split across the map. Rez is going to get aggressive with one of them toward the flower position at long. Very non-committal at this point in time with a minute left on the clock from Virtus Pro. And the good news for that is that they've got 3 smokes still to work with, 2 Molotovs. Haven't wasted too much utility yet. But there's still 2 smokes and 3 Molotovs, or rather incendiaries if you want to get technical, for NIP. So this could still get a little awkward because those smokes specifically for NIP can buy a lot of time and space. And they've already rotated over to support Rez. Flashed off. He and Buster will get into an exchange, but neither wanting to commit too much to the other. Flash is going to be a problem. Buster needs to commit to that. He sees the arm up and realizes, tries to re-peek in time, but in that time, Fuzi came out to support his teammate, and not only did he get Buster, he's able to snap and get Yekindar as well.
Ooh, back to the B-bomb side. They've got to do this quick. There's actually a timing here. There's only one player. Plopsky's rotated over. Held off by the smoke. Plopsky just arrives back now. So 3-on-2 at this B-bomb site for just a moment. 10 seconds on the clock, and I think they're going to just call the save.
This is why I mentioned the two smokes that NIP have late, and Virtus Pro's tendency. They didn't have anything going, and as soon as the double kill comes out at long, yeah, save immediately. I feel like they wait so long to bait utility that they leave themselves little time to try and play these slow strats. It's like they're literally only playing with a minute.
That'll happen sometimes. Sometimes you just lose a little bit of track of it. Now, this is good to see as well that Fuzi's starting to have a little bit of impact. Yesterday on Overpass against Gambit, he had some crazy rounds on Overpass, some high-impact rounds that got them over the finish line. I shouldn't say that. They didn't really have any trouble getting over the finish line. It was a 16-8 victory, but he had a couple big impact rounds for him. 4-round lead for VP. It's getting whittled down by NIP's defense holding strong. 2 in a row, both by timing.
Yekender, the one that's up close this time with the MAC-10, so you can tell that the money's getting a little bit tense on the T side. Again, as you say, both on timing, but also no bomb plants, therefore, so significant. Yekender with 1, takes out Plopsky. He assisted on Esatag's kill on Flit just over the shoulder and back toward the door, but it's going to be the advantage now for VP, and they're going to go. They aren't going to waste time in this round. Esatag tries to sneak out from the smoke, but Kickert's too close at the Toxic Bear rules. My goodness, Yekender, you've got to hit that. Hampus gets the kill, and now they actually have a chance in this, because despite that it's a one-man advantage for Virtus Pro, add all that HP together, and it's less than that of NIP. They've got control of both facets of the flank, and Rez is going to be perfectly positioned, but not spotting through the awkward fence. We've seen that fence dodge and absorb bullets in the past, but this time it's the vision for Rez that's lacking, and it's Hampus that's had enough of the round.
Yeah, well, he was rotating all the way around to join up with Rez on that flank, assuming that they could have the double flank. It would be powerful, and yeah, Rez just never saw Kickert. I wonder if he saw Buster deeper and was just kind of focused, laser focused on the deep player. HP was really rough. Man, that's a call from Virtus Pro. That's great. They have all the information at the B-bomb site. You get 1 kill in Monster. You get 1 kill from Yekender over towards Sandbags, and even spot the second player. So then all of a sudden the Monster players are like, I know exactly where the only defender is. I'm going to push right through. And Kickert's able to find him. Tough fight coming through the smoke just as it plumes. But we'll take that. This one, ooh, that's brutal. What a brilliant shot from Kickert. And he absolutely had to bang through that fence. Back to a 5-round lead, 14-9. NIP, loving the fact that VP has just called the timeout for him so they can talk things over, but they have no money after this buy. Everything on the line here for NIP.
And Fuzi on the MP9 to try and make that work. 4 smokes now brought out in play. What's Rez got for money? 550? Single kit for Hampus. And a full buy, obviously, on the side of Virtus Pro. You are absolutely right. Never mind playing for overtime. They're going to try and shut them down right here and now. 4 stack from spawn. No one jumping out of heaven this time. Jame will not get the kill. Not yet. They're going to commit to this, though. Hey, it's, you know, like I said, the first 40 seconds don't matter, so stay here all you like. The trains come by, though, and that's a bit annoying.
These damn trains. All right, so they bust up the quad stack. Flashbang over the wall to come through as the smoke fades. Rez is pushed up into the corner. You have to think if you're going to call this kind of a tactic to that quad boost and you're going to come back and have to re-clear everything, this is an angle that you would check.
It certainly looked as though...
Oh, ooh.
Cool. I was going to say Buster was the one looking at it. James gets the shot, but Yekender didn't even consider it. Just ran out and gave himself up. Nice one tap. Yeah, it's always so satisfying when one bullet fires and the kill's already happened.
Great one tap. All right, Kickert and Flit and underpass.
It almost disappoints me when I'm like DMing and I get a one tap, but I 2-tap it, and the second bullet I'm like, ah, damn.
Oh, yeah, you already got the kill?
Yeah, like.
Didn't have the confidence in the one tap?
No, well, I never would, but it's just like it's annoying, right? You just want that one tap.
Yeah, you lose style points if you shoot that second bullet. Fuzi gonna jump up, spots nothing. He just missed the timing though. There's gonna be 2 players there slipping into what would be his vision if he went for it now. Kicker towards Monster, and a Monster-heavy lean on the defense. Esatag close up along the wall. Plopsky deep. Oh, that's a big fight. He knows the second one's there as well. Molotov in hand. That's a mistake. Nice flashbang as well, and all the kills. Wow, they just broke down the door.
Look at Jame as well. He instantly knew that the rotation was going to be coming from behind, threw the bomb into the site, and just locks on. Hampus is going to have to save again. Hand off the mouse already. Yeah, guys, let's talk about the next round, because I have the only weapon, and this one might be too far gone for NIP. So with that, It's Inferno. Excuse me, I'm on the wrong page here.
Vertigo.
It is Vertigo that comes
it's
up
not.
next. No, now you're throwing me off,
I was on the
Jason.
wrong page as well.
It's Vertigo. You were right.
Vertigo. Oh.
Yeah, you were right.
Yeah, I knew that all the time.
Yeah. Trying to bait us over here with this information.
I've got like 9.
There's too many. I know. Exactly that.
All right, 5-round lead, 6-round lead after this round ends.
Just to give a quick update as well, back to that B stream, it's 9-6 at half in favor of Gambit. So didn't, actually it's more than that now. It's 13-9 in favor of Gambit. Didn't exactly close out the first half as much as we saw, but still with a fairly convincing.
It's almost exactly in line with our matchup. The CIS team.
Overpass as well.
Yeah. So 6 chances for Virtus Pro to close this one out, and their first crack at it, they're gonna be loving it. It's 2 scouts, an M4 on res that he saved, and 2 deagles. So those deagles and scouts gonna try and just land some body shots, whittle them down, able to clean them up eventually, and also praying that Rez is gonna have something stellar to say here.
Nice shot. Yekender Fuzi gave himself up by firing with the scout, but the second one comes back out and finishes off what his teammate started, and Buster has been busted. He will drop, but Yekender is not okay with that. He'll try and track down the man who murdered his mate. And he spots him, but he's still getting further away. Scout seems to want more good shots. See, that's the one I'm talking about, though. Second bullet.
Yeah.
Kind of detracted from the kill.
All right, still looks good. Well, Yekendar's like in Terminator mode right now. He wasn't slowing down for anything. He was hunting down all those kills. He knows he has an advantage in terms of weaponry, and oh, he's got another one. Beautiful stuff. Triple kill from Yekendar. 20-16 on the map, 22-8 on Jame. They are powering Virtus Pro to a first map victory.
This is when you do it, right? Map points, just Eagles. Yekendar, go get the 4th ace of the tournament.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yekendar go on the hunt, but again, nobody's thinking about that.
No, of course not. We are, because we like to be sensationalists. It's part of our job. But, yeah, he's still searching at A. Plopsky is behind the smokes at B. Kickert.
Yeah, let him play Gladiator.
Yeah.
Send him out there into the ring.
Well, he's still going to set up a smoke for the A side of the map at this point. S-Tag is slowly rotating that direction. So too is Plopsky. Bomb in the hands of Jame, coming from front bathrooms. So they're taking the bomb toward the site that Yekendar is on. Maybe there's a chance he can find it. Certainly if this Deagle finds kills first, but Flit won't allow it. Yekendar does get the 4th.
Oh, that would have been it.
But it's not the ace, Jason. It would have been it. It doesn't matter. VP's more focused on the win. They'll take the first of this series, and NIP have to respond on Vertigo, which is a tough position to find yourself in against a team like VP, Jason, which could put them into a lower bracket that already has the likes of G2, has Gambit, and in this tournament,
down there.
It's super dangerous. There's something going into this tournament again where there's some unfamiliarity for teams, I think.
Of, picking Overpass, like they went for Ancient. Right now, they decide to go the other way around. Were you surprised by that?
No, we're ready for all the possibilities that enemies can pick, and we expected an Overpass from NIP. We knew it is a possibility. We were ready for them, and that showed as well.
And right now it's going to be Vertigo, so we should expect a 2-0?
I don't like to BM, so there's always a possibility of us losing, and you can't always win. But we're gonna hope that we're gonna close this 2-0.
Okay, then good luck.